This is some serious way to leverage the fuck out of your money. This applies for anyone over 18. I'm under 18, so like advice for the older people. So get a credit card, any credit card. If you're over 18, get a starter. As long as you have decent, like, just like pay your fucking bills and shit, and you'll have good credit. But apply for a credit card, and if you get a credit card with, say, a $500,000, $2,000 limit, you spend it on items that you know you can, like, all right, I'll make a little bit of profit, break even. Spend it, get the items, sell the items as fast as you can, get the money, and pay back the card immediately. So your billing cycle, say 60 days, you pay your card back probably every 7 days, every like, and then you apply for a credit increase. So you get your credit increase every 7 days. So when I first got my plat back, I don't even know when it was, but when I first got my plat, the limit was already over 6 figures, but you pay it off like repeatedly and apply for new credit, and it'll give you a much higher limit, and then you're like they think of you highly because you
Yeah.
pay
So
your cards off, like you're a
the way
good customer.
this works for those that don't understand is it's not a typical credit card. Technically, it's a charge card, but you still have 45 to 60 days to pay it off every month. Um,
How many people are in this? I can't even see
Oh,
it.
130 now.
but the
No,
way that
really?
it works is if you pay off a $2,000 bill one month, your limit will be raised to 23 to 2,500, and if you pay it off the next month, it keeps getting raised. And the more you spend, the more it gets increased. So once you start getting to high limits like 200,000, it can get raised to 270, 260 pretty fast.
Yo, I have a question though.
Yeah.
Like, and I had this happen to some buddies. Like, don't like at some point, don't they like do like financial reviews or something like that if your spending gets
Yeah.
out of
So
crazy?
whenever well, if you pay back your card on time, there's really no problem. But if you
No, no, but
try to
I'm
go
saying like
for
they'll question like the usage of like how much money you're frequently spending because at some point you become a liability.
if it's a business card, they want you to be spending a lot of money. If it's a personal card, it might be a problem. So
Oh,
I'm
there you
saying,
go.
See,
so
Big
yeah. So before
clarification.
all of this, here's some backstory too. When you're 18, start a business, get an EIN, so you have a little bit of credit, like you have a business in front of you, and then do all of like the steps I just said.
This kid's the future.
yo, let me add Jeff. Jeff's the
Are people fucking with me in the
Eric.
comments?
Hop
Like,
on.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
they think
people are
I'm?
fucking with you. I mean, some people are saying this is TikTok resale advice, but you know.
I mean, I
Oh,
don't do any,
oh,
like, everyone. I've been offered so much money to do a group with people. I don't do it. I've never done. You can ask anyone. I've never done an advice chat. Never done any of that bullshit. Like, I've
Yo,
Hey,
never like done a cash grab like that.
but
Eric.
one thing about people is that you'll find out is that like people are so lazy they're willing to pay people to teach them how to do something, and even then they still won't like know how to do it. Like
You
people
just
are
gotta
that
be like
dumb.
the main part too is just being like smart. And if you see opportunity, just like take advantage of it and don't wait for like other people to give you the okay.
Yo, Andy, hop off for a minute and let me get this guy on.
Bet.
I'll get you back on.
Look at this shit. Just pick the lemon off the tree.
Yeah, that is Wells. Jeff, I'm getting you on.
You guys want a tour? I'll give you guys a tour.
yeah, let's see it.
It's showing right now.
Jeff declined. You declined it, Jeff. Thought you wanted to get on.
Someone said you're like the Kanye of reselling.
Yo, can I hop off and rejoin so I can see some comments?
Yeah. Hop on. Eric.
Then there was two.
How do you resell? Is for some reason I don't think it's like that.
I mean, no, I resell like that. I have an EIN number. I basically everything they said.
I mean, yeah, any business has an EIN number
Yeah.
though.
What do you mean? What's your question?
Or are you using credit like that?
Sometimes if I get stuff through like Easy Supply, but for the most part, like I have to pay debit for most of my product. You know what I mean?
All right. Oh, yeah, same. I'm in the same boat. So they're saying add Superior Sly and Jake Carter. Here, we'll get Superior on here. He ain't been on here, and before Superior,
Yo,
what's good?
Yo,
Hold on.
what's
Let
good?
me get this other person on. He's gonna explain credit because he's a banker, and then we keep talking. Here we
All right,
go.
bet. That's my charger.
What's
Hey,
good?
hey, man.
What's good, Jeff? So introduce yourself to my
Hey,
viewers,
I'm
since most don't know who you are.
I'm Jeff Overstreet. I met Hayden at Memphis Sneaker Con, and I'm just a banker from Memphis.
All right. So would you like to explain credit some, or at least how you handle it?
So the biggest struggle with credit is that we aren't taught it in school, right? Like when I met you, it was like nobody taught me in school or you guys credit, right?
Yes.
And so the the big question about credit is the more you have, the more you borrow. It's if Hayden has a $2,000 limit and he borrows 100, 1,900, they think he's bad, right?
My utilization rate's high.
Yeah, so you need a lot available and not a lot used.
But
And you guys
Yeah.
are dealing with like 300,000 now, but a lot of people, like the normal person, gets y'all are talking $500. They use 400 and they get a bad credit score.
but for us, like, or at least me, like, once I got my place to live and I have two vehicles,